Hello, and I'm going to be giving you a plastic Beyblade review of Torch Flame Pegasus. Just check in the description below for any more further details about this Beyblade. As for now, I'm going to be pronouncing the names. For Takara, they named it as Flame Pegasus, and for Hasbro, they named it as Torch Pegasus, as you may see in the anime. Alright, so for now, let's get this right through it. Here's the attack ring. And here you can see the authentic letterings, Takara 2003, China. And here there's Hasbro 2004 company. And here you can see a lettering, a letter B. And there's ATBB3 for Beyblade Season 3 and TX. And right here is I'm pretty sure it's from Bistool. This bit piece is not the Torch Flame Pegasus. This is from the Beyblade Bistool, I'm pretty sure. And there you can see Torch Pegasus. This is by Hasbro. Now here's the interior blade core. There is no technically as a blade base for this Beyblade, so yeah. There you can see the lettering B. Here's the CEW, which is a semi-flat. Here are the spin gears, and I'm sorry to say that a part of it has already been stamped. As you can see there, you can see that usually there will be like this sticking out. However, since it's due to time, that actually about to break. And be sure not to lose like this secondary part, this interior part, which is for this on the very top. Sorry about that. Be sure not to lose this, because you'll need it. This part. That little circly part. And here's the gyro gear. Torch Flame Pegasus has a very unique gear, which is this. Here's the interior for the spin gear to be attached, as you can see right here. Okay. Let me be sure that's actually in there. Okay. There we go. Oops. Sometimes these don't really get attached. Okay, there we go. There we go. Sometimes it doesn't really want to stick in there, so yeah. And you're probably wondering, why do I have a rubber band? Well, I'll show you that in a bit. So you must push these together, obviously. Okay. And this I will show you later as well. So for here, be sure that this part right here is going to here, because there's nothing on the back there. Okay, you place it as this. Okay, snapping it in there. There you can see it. Now just simply put on the attack ring, and there you go. That's it. That's pretty much it. And of course, obviously you must apply the CEW, semi-flat, back in there. There you have it. Torch Flame Pegasus, with a Bistool bit piece on it. It's a very unique Beyblade, and the blade interior core. I like to call it that. And just so you know that, you're probably saying, since this is a free spin, and there's like 2 holes attached to here, so obviously, if you already know that by now, you can insert a ripcord here. As you can see, this can be launched without the necessary need of a launcher, such as this. So you really don't need technically a launcher for this, unless you want to. However, if you really want to use a launcher like this, so let me just get that out. So if you really want to use a launcher for this, be sure you attach it like this, and then turn it clockwise. However, if you really want to use the launcher, the technical launcher, you must be sure to you must apply this. Be sure that you I'm pretty sure you like pull it up. Yeah, pull it up right there, so you can stop the gear, the gyro gear, to stop spinning. However, it doesn't really work most of the time. So if you really want to use a launcher like this, be sure that you pull this up, so you can stop the gyro gear. However, if you want to use the normal, if you want to use this, be sure you want to pull this down. Okay, pull this down. There we go. Now it's free spinning again. So here's, I'm pretty sure, yep, here's right here. If you insert right here, like this, before you insert the ripcord like this, that's for right spin, as you can see right here. Okay, right spin. Okay, right spin right here. Right spin. Okay, you didn't technically see that, so yeah. Right spin. There you can see. Now for left spin, it's just like this. And there you can see left spin. You're probably wondering again about the rubber band, because this part has been annoying me, because every time I use the gyro gear, when I try to spin this, sometimes it just gets like this, the gyro gear gets lowered down, so I really can't use the ripcord for this. So I had to actually use a rubber band to actually put this, to embed that gap right there. So to be sure that this gyro gear actually stays in. So yeah. So you're probably wondering how I want to spin it. So yeah. I will not be using a launcher, because you probably know what most launchers like this too. So I'll be using the gyro gear for this. So let me just use the right spin. Here's the right spin, right there. And here's left spin. Okay, let me just fix that. Here's left spin. There you go. Alright, so let me get my steam ready. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me turn up. I'm going to be using left spin here. Let me turn on my light. Alright, so, and yeah, let me just give you show you that. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let me fix this real quick. Sorry about that. So, okay, here we go. Oh boy, you really can't see that well. So. Okay, there we go. Let's see. I strongly apologize for this. So. Okay. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm using light spin. Of course, in order to get a grip of this, you must get a grip of it like this. Like this. And then you can launch it. And you're probably wondering how it will perform. So yeah, so I'll do that. So yeah, let me get I'll be using... Oh yeah, by the way, you're probably wondering what type Torch Flame Pegasus is. Well, I'm considering it as a balance type. Oh boy, I lost my rubber band. Oh boy, that's bad news here. Oh well, as you can see, without that rubber band, I cannot use the winder for this. As you can see, it doesn't get into the gear. So, I think I lost my rubber band here. So, I'm afraid I'll cut this into 2 parts. So, I'll be seeing you in a bit in part 2, okay? See you in part 2, ladies and gentlemen. See you there.